that didn't need to be defined. A careful hand, a subtle cue, like you already knew what to do. No sudden moves, no heavy sound, just something slowly moving round. And in the way you let it be, you started shaping parts of me so quietly. Your timing leaned just off the beat, like you were letting feeling lead. And every pause you let me feel was softer than what's usually real. I followed where your rhythm went, without a need to understand. The space you left, the notes you chose, felt like a language no one knows. And in the way you held the line, I lost the sense of what was mine. You played me softly, like I was made of sound, a fragile chord you moved around with careful hands and grace. You played me softly, and I became the tone of something I had never known until you set the pace. Just a song, waiting for where I belong. Maybe you just passed me through, like something temporary too. Or maybe I was yours to play, only for a night, then fade. Still echoing somehow in every quiet moment now. I feel you in the tone. You played me softly, and even as it ends, I hear you in the way it bends, like something half my own. So quietly, you move through me and left a song I still can't leave. Just a second more. You looked away, then back again, like something slipped out now and then. A fleeting pause, a subtle change that made the moment rearrange. The room was moving low and slow, but we were somewhere else below. A quiet thread began to pull in ways that felt too natural. Just a second longer. Your smile stayed just a little late, like it was learning how to wait. And in that space I almost knew what neither one of us would do. The music played but lost its lead, to every glance we didn't need, and every beat we let go by felt closer than we could deny. And in between the near and far, we stayed exactly where we are. Your eyes stayed longer, something they were meant to do, like they were trying to break through the lines we never crossed. Your eyes stayed longer and held me in that space where time forgot its place and nothing felt like lost. Maybe looks can linger on long after sense is gone. Maybe truth is in the glance, not in the risk we never chance. Or maybe we just let it be exactly what it couldn't be. Something left undone. Your eyes stayed longer, and even now I see that moment holding me, like it's not really gone, just a second more. We almost knew, but left it there between me and you. I heard it. You didn't say the words I waited on, just let them fade before they could be wrong. Your eyes were steady, almost kind, but already somewhere else in time. A half step back, a careful breath, like you were choosing what to leave unsaid. And in that pause I understood more than you ever said you could. It wasn't loud, but it was clear. Your hand stayed still against the glass, like letting go without the past. And every second stretched between the what we were and what you mean. I tried to listen past the air to find a reason still in there, but silence has a certain way of taking more than words can say. And in the space you left from me, there wasn't room for maybe. Your silence said enough without a single line. It drew the ending in my mind before you turned away. Your silence said enough, no need to justify. It told me what we couldn't try or ask ourselves to stay. Maybe truth is soft like this, not in words but what you miss. Maybe endings don't arrive, they settle in then come alive. Or maybe I just learned to hear what disappears before it's clear. You didn't say it, you didn't need to. I heard it all the same. Just for a while, you leaned in like the night was kind, like time had softened just in time. A quiet warmth against my skin that didn't ask where we had been. No sudden spark, no bright display, just something slow that chose to stay. A borrowed heat, a fleeting glow that neither one of us would own. Just for a while, your hand found mine and drifted light, like it was testing if it's right. And in that space I almost knew this wasn't something we'd hold through. The music bent around the air, like it was trying not to care. And every note that passed us by felt like a gentle kind of light. And in the warmth we let unfold was something we could never hold. You were warm for a while, like a flame without a claim, soft enough to stay unnamed, but real enough to feel. You were warm for a while, and slowly slipped away, like night dissolving into gray, with nothing left to steal. Maybe warmth was all we had, not enough to turn to that. Something lasting, something true, just a passing shade of you. Or maybe we just held it wrong, like trying not to need it long. You were warm for a while, still resting in my chest, a quiet, half-forgotten guest. I never asked to stay. You were warm for a while, and even now I find a trace you left behind in moments gone astray. Just for a while, you were mine. Then like the night, you slipped from time. Just for a while. You leaned in like the night was kind, like time had softened just in time. A quiet warmth against my skin that didn't ask where we had been. No sudden spark, no bright display, just something slow that chose to stay. A borrowed heat, a fleeting glow that neither one of us would own, just for a while. Your hand found mine, then drifted light, like it was testing if it's right. And in that space I almost knew this wasn't something we'd hold through. The music bent around the air, like it was trying not to care. And every note that passed us by felt like a gentle kind of lie. And in the warmth we let unfold was something we could never hold. You were warm for a while, like a flame without a claim, soft enough to stay unnamed, but real enough to feel. You were warm for a while, then slowly slipped away, like night dissolving into gray, with nothing left to steal. Maybe warmth was all we had, not enough to turn to that. Something lasting, something true, just a passing shade of you. Or maybe we just held it wrong, like trying not to need it long, just for a while. Your hand found mine, then drifted light, like it was testing if it's right. And in that space I almost knew this wasn't something we'd hold through. The music bent around the air, like it was trying not to care. And every note that passed us by felt like a gentle kind of light. And in the warmth we let unfold was something we could never hold. You were warm for a while, like a flame without a claim, soft enough to stay unnamed, but real enough to feel. You were warm for a while, then slowly slipped away like night. You were there before the moment knew your name. You sat there like a song without a start, a quiet line that slipped into my heart. No warning sign, no rhythm I could trace, just something soft unfolding in your face. The way the silence settled in your hands, like you were speaking things I'd understand. Without a word you pulled me somewhere slow, a place I didn't plan to let you go. And all the space between us felt so thin, like one small breath could let the world rush in. You sat there like a song I almost recognized, a fragile truth behind your eyes, too close to turn away. You sat there like a song that never needed sound, but somehow pulled me down into the words we didn't say. Your shadow moved in rhythm with the light like it. I lived 1,000 different nights, and every glance you gave was slightly late, like you and time would never synchronize. I tried to hold the moment where you stayed, but even still I felt it start to fade. A subtle shift, a change I couldn't see, just something loosening inside of me. Maybe you were never mine to hear, just passing through then slowly disappear. A broken phrase that never quite resolves, a quiet mystery that time dissolves. Or maybe we were meant to stay unknown, two drifting notes that never found a home. Fully understand. You sat there like a song I never got to keep, now buried in too deep, in every space between my hands. You didn't leave, you just became the quiet, and I'm still hearing what we never played. I didn't keep you, but somehow you stayed. There's a change in my tone when I'm speaking alone, like a part of you slips through the edge of my lips. Not a word, not a phrase, just a shape that remains in the way that I sound when there's no one around. In my voice, you stayed. I don't try to recall what we were or at all, but it lives in between every breath, every scene, like a note held too long in the end of a song. Not too loud, not too clear, still it lingers right here. Stayed in my voice, in every quiet choice, soft in the words I use, in the tones I choose. Close, though you're not around, I still hear your sound. You never had to remain, still you echo my name. There's a curve in my speech that I didn't quite teach, like I borrowed a line from a time you were mine. I could change, I could hide every trace you implied, but it blends in a way I don't push it away. If I lost it, would I lose you too, or just lose what we grew into? Maybe voice is the place where you never erase. You live in every tone, even when I'm alone. Soft in the breath I take, in the words I break. Close in the things I say, though you slipped away. You never really leave, you just but the dark hears it now. Every word softly thrown finds its way back alone. There's a shape in the air, like a voice isn't there, but it moves when I do, like it's following you. Listen, it listens back. I say less, I say slow, just enough to let go. But the night holds the line and returns it in kind. Not a sound, not exact, just a trace drifting back, like a mirror that bends every word that I send. When the night listens back, I hear more than I lack. Soft in the echo it gives, every silence still lives. You in the spaces I sent come back without end. Night turning words into air, then returning them there. There's a pause I don't break, just to feel what it takes for the quiet to move like it knows what I lose. Every breath, every line comes back slightly misaligned, like the truth shifts its place when it passes through space. If I stop, will it stop, or keep calling non-stop? Maybe night doesn't end, it just answers again. When the night listens close, it reveals what I don't. Soft in the way it replies, through the lows, through the highs. You never fully depart, you return in the dark. Night holding on to the sound, then it sends it around. Listens back to me now. It just moves. There's a rhythm in my chest that I don't quite address, like a beat out of place, but it holds your shape. I don't name, I don't chase, just let it resonate. Every breath that I take carries something you made. Echo in my chest. Not a sound, not a word, still it somehow is heard in the way that I slow when I'm letting things go. There's a pull, there's a rise in the back of my mind, like you left something small that keeps answering calls. Your echo in my chest, never loud, never rests. Soft in the way it stays, through the nights, through the days. You don't have to appear, I still feel you here. Echo moving through me slow, more than I can know. There's a shift in my pace, like I follow your trace. Every step, every turn feels like something I learned. I could try to be still, but it moves when I will, like a tide in my core. sounds even more. If it fades, does it end? Or just change once again? Maybe you never left, just became what is kept. Your echo in my chest pulls me close, then resets, soft, but it won't let go. Even when I say no, you in a hidden part of a quiet heart, echo lasting through the rest. You remain in my chest. Echo in my chest. In my chest. Don't stop, not yet. Don't stop, not yet. We started light, just passing time, letting small details intertwine. A laugh too long, a question wide, like we were daring truth to slide. Your words would circle, then return, like something deeper tried to burn. And I kept leaning into you, like every line might lead to truth. Say it, or don't. We blur the edges of what we meant, with every half-confessed intent. And every answer led to more than either of us planned before. Your voice got softer, almost strained, like honesty was laced with pain. And still we pushed it further through, like breaking might reveal what's true. And somewhere in between the lines, we crossed a place we can't rewind. We talked until it hurt, until the silence cracked, until there was no taking back the things we let unfold. We talked until it hurt, no room to hide between the what we were and what we mean, just everything exposed. Maybe words can cut this deep when they wake what we can't keep. Maybe truth don't need a sound, just the moment it's found. Or maybe we just went too far, trying to name what we both are. Quiet space we fill with something left unsaid. We talked until it hurt, and even now I hear the way it all became too clear, then disappeared instead. We didn't stop, we just ran out of ways to soften it now. You didn't turn them off, just lower. Now everything feels half true. You left the lights low, like you didn't wanna show. Every part, every line that was fading this time. There's a glow on your face, but it softens the space. Not enough to be clear, just enough you're still here. Shadows move slow, every word having shade, like a choice never made. You don't say, you don't stay, you just linger that way. I could reach, bring it bright, pull it into the light, but the dim feels more true to the shape of me and you. You left the lights low, so I'd never quite know. Soft in the way you fade, in the calm you made. You never fully show, only let it glow low, like a quiet goodbye that you don't deny. There's a line I can't see, where you end into me. In the blur, in the dim, we both quietly give in. I don't stop, I don't chase, let it stay in this place. Some things lose their truth when you bring them to view. If it brightens, will it break? Show the parts we can't take. Maybe low is the way we let it gently decay. You left the lights low, so we'd move nice and slow. Soft in the way it ends, without making amends. You never had to say what you gave away. Oh, like the truth we hide in the dim inside. Left them low, so I'd know. Mm-hmm.